When was the last time you have failed? And not just a little mistake, like forgetting to submit something in school or work, but a mistake so big it made you question if you should even keep trying. Well, although I'm only an 8th grader, trust me, I've been there and it feels awful. Throughout my entire life, and I think everyone else's life in the audience, we are learned to not embracing failure and to just ignore it. But failure is actually one of the best things that can happen to us humans. Now, here's why. Around 2 years ago, I decided to take upon this huge science fair project. I spent weeks building, researching, and planning for it, but at the final fair, nothing went the way it was supposed to. The entire project sort of failed, and I just stood there embarrassed, wishing I could disappear from the existence of planet Earth. But then I started to realize that I didn't just learn about science. I've learned how to plan better, how to research better, and just how to build a better science fair project next time. This failure really taught me how to focus on myself and on my studies. But failure is not just about physical things and school and work. It's also about the people who you're with. Now, another example is when I was once in the study group, and there was this one girl named Miranda. And I told Miranda a joke about her hair, which I thought was really hilarious, but it actually ended up hurting her feelings really badly. After that, I kept rethinking the moment in my head, and I felt as a horrible friend. But then I also realized, and I kept asking myself that why couldn't she just take a simple joke? But then I realized that it wasn't the way if I thought the joke was funny. It was the way she felt it. This failure really made me to think before I speak, and to just really pay attention to other people's feelings. I think the reason we hate failure so much is because we think it defines who we are. For instance, if you fail at something, you might think that you're not smart enough or you're not good enough, but no, it's actually the way you grow. Think about it. When you're a 2-year-old infant learning how to walk, you fall all the time. And people do not just tell you, oh, you fell, I guess you won't be able to walk again. Instead, you get up and learn how to walk. Somewhere along the way, we tend to think that failure is something that we should be ashamed of. But no, it's actually the way we grow. Even some of the most influential and successful people that walked on planet Earth failed. Did you know that Albert Einstein could not speak fluently until he was around 4 years of age? And Walt Disney was fired from his job because his work, quote, lacked creativity. Think about how the world would look like today if these people gave up so easily. I think failure has this way of teaching us things we will never learn otherwise. It makes us taking a step back, rethinking, and improving. Every time I failed, I've learned something new, even if it was with a friend, with schoolwork, or just going on when things are hard. Now, what I want you to take from this 5-minute speech is this. It's okay to fail. It's totally okay to feel embarrassed, but what is not okay is letting failure stop you. The next time you fail, instead of beating yourself up, tell yourself this. Failures are not an ending of anything. They're just the beginning of a better and brighter future to come. Thank you.